What is up, gamers?
What's up, Steeples?
We're back again. Another week, another
Every week.
pod. Every week we bring it to you guys so often. No one has called us out for that yet, but yeah,
That was my favorite part.
we're on the grind. And yeah, we got some good ones this week. Well, man, what a time to start the pod, because
Truly.
damn, we've got some stories. Yeah, let's just jump into it, bro. The Pro
Yeah,
Quest
yeah.
this weekend. Start us off. What
All
happened?
right. Yeah, so me, you, and a couple of our Vegas friends, Jarek and Justin, yeah, we all went from Vegas to Phoenix, not even for a double, header event, just because we all were a little bit more hungry. This is the last week of PQ season. We wanted one more shot. I needed one more EA Rune Rager Swarm. We had some reasons to go, so we went to Phoenix to do a Pro Quest on Sunday.
Me and you didn't even want to go to London. We were just hungry, bro. We were just gaming.
Truly.
We just wanted to play, really. And I didn't even know that anyone else wanted the invite either in our car. I kind of just thought we were all going just to go.
Right, right.
But I guess intentions changed as we went on. But I don't want to jump too far ahead. Let's just cut back to the beginning. So tell us about. Start us off.
All right. Well, it was 4 of us in one car, going all the way to Phoenix. It's a good trip. Not too bad. It's about a 5-hour trip. Just shooting the shit for those 5 hours, and then we get to our place. It's at this time it's pretty dark, so we don't really see how everything looks. But we go inside of our place, and everything looks pretty good, right? I mean, it looked like a pretty good B&B place. Wouldn't you say?
I thought it was an Airbnb. I thought it was a nice place. We should have recorded that fucking car ride, by the way, because we had some banger theories in there, some flesh and blood theories that would have been great for the pod. Maybe we got to get Jarek and Justin in here. Shout out to those guys. And reenact it.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a nice place. We get there, we put our bags down, we go, we get some barbecue. The barbecue was all right.
Yeah. A little sweet sauce. A little too sweet.
The sauce was a little too sweet for me. But then we go back to the Airbnb. It was a nice Airbnb, 3-bedroom. Shout out to Jarek for
Justin.
Shout out to Justin for getting it, but shout out to Jarek for volunteering to sleep on the couch.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
that. And then in the middle of the night, hear a little bump in the night.
A little bump in the night for sure. Yeah. Well, it's weird because we weren't awakened by a bump. We were awakened by a doorbell. And it wasn't like those ding-dong doorbells. It was those sing-song type doorbells. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the...
It was, yeah. Like a...
Yeah, exactly. Do. Yeah. No, and that shit was loud, too. It woke everyone up.
And we were playtesting before we went to bed, and I was the first one out. So when I heard that song, I thought it was like midnight or 2 a.m. or something. I thought you guys were still playtesting. I thought maybe Justin went outside to smoke and he was trying to get back in or something. So I thought it was just you guys messing around out there with the doorbell. Right. But I guess it was something very different.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so you did go to bed early and we were playtesting. I think you went to bed about 10-ish.
Right? Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you went to bed about 10-ish. You wake up early, so you were on your grind clock. But yeah, we stayed up till about midnight, and then we headed up to bed. Now, just a little another shout out to Jarek here, who's really the hero here, because somewhere in between 10 and 12, I'm playtesting with Justin. Jarek's there watching. Justin takes a smoke break. He goes back out in the backyard and whatnot. And then he comes back in. No big deal, no problem, right? Except when we all went to bed, we only made sure the front door was locked. Jarek had the mindset to make sure that back door was locked, which would have changed the entire weekend had that not been the case.
That could have got weird for sure.
Yeah.
So someone, was ding-donging. No one answered the door.
No one answered. I wasn't going to go downstairs. Not my house, and I don't have any form of protection. So it's like, fuck that.
I thought you guys were down there, so I wasn't about to answer it. And I thought it was like midnight or something, but it was like 5 a.m., right?
It was, yeah, so 4:45. I looked at because I thought like you, I was like, maybe Justin would have like a midnight smoke or some shit.
Right, yeah, that's what I thought.
So I looked at my phone just to see if any one of us is like stuck outside trying to get in. That's not the case. And that's where I saw it was 4:45. About 2 to 3 minutes go by, and then you hear knocking, right? And I'm still like, I ain't going downstairs. Fuck that. And then about 5 o'clock, I decide, okay, enough time has passed. Let me go downstairs. I go downstairs. Everything's okay. But we found out that Jarek went downstairs to check things out, and he got to see the back gate closed. Like, so someone, like, he's also on
someone
the way
was like
out.
opening and closing the back door, trying to open it and mess with it, I guess. So they were trying to get in the front door and the back door.
And the back door, yep. And then he also saw the car drove off. That was right outside of the place. So
I don't know if maybe they seen his lights or something and he spooked them or something.
I don't know.
But yeah,
he is a tall guy, so I can see in the dark. I can see him being pretty spooky, to be honest.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So hey, we got lucky on that one. Kind of dodged the bullet there.
We did. All my stuff was laid out. I play tested last night. I was like, I might get morning games in. I'll just keep it all out. So my deck would have been gone.
That could have been terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit weird. Couldn't go back to sleep after that, and
well, it was hot too. That was the other thing. It was super hot up there. I mean, we're in Phoenix, right? Phoenix is super hot, and then for some weird reason, you would think that people in Phoenix wouldn't make houses with the rooms you sleep in upstairs because heat rises. But that was the case, and that's why it was so damn hot. We had the AC set to 68. Didn't feel like that at all, did it?
No, it didn't. It did. I thought you guys were messing with me when I woke up. I thought you guys turned it up. Yeah, I was. I was like, fuck it. These guys fucking with the doorbell, fucking with the AC, trying to ruin my sleep. But no, nothing was your guys' fault at all. So yeah, we had terrible sleep, terrible experience. We wake up, we go to the card store. I bring.
No, hold on. We go to IHOP because we think we got some time.
Right. We did though. We did. The website did say it started at 11:30, but we get there like 11:15. Everyone's waiting for us like we're late and we're the problem. Of course, Eric doesn't write his deck list, so he writes that.
I wasn't sure what deck I'd be playing.
And then everyone's like looking over your shoulder, like, is he done yet? And then when you were done, the judge literally was like, finally. Even though you were done at like 11:20 or something, like 10 minutes.
I tried, man. I tried.
So that was kind of funny. Tell us about your rounds. How'd they go? What'd you play?
Yeah, so I ended up on Visrai. I was almost going to play Aurora. We'll just leave it at that. And I went with Visrai. And I went with Visrai only because like the Aurora I was playing was like CYB cash out Aurora. So it was fun, but it's fun until they know what you're playing. And then if they play Poison Well, it's not so fun. But I think I got a secret tech for it now. I've been going back to the brew, and I think I got it now. Anyways, I chose to play Visrai because the testing last night wasn't working so well.
Okay, how'd the rounds go?
Oh, okay. I can go in the rounds. Yeah, I went. So we had 5 rounds total. First round played the Mirror, played Jonah, the Age team. I was able to get there. Second round, I faced Enigma, Joey, and then I lost there. He had a great start. That's typically a good matchup, but he had a great start. Third round, faced Zelia, faced Hall. I like that guy. He's a fun guy to play with in Arizona. Fourth round, faced Levia. Was able to get there. And then fifth round, I faced our buddy Jarek. And that was a game. I was down he was at 40, and I think I was 18 to 22, somewhere around that range. I mean, I was down bad, but we grinded and clawed our way.
Back in.
We got there. It felt
so
good.
You finished 4-1 then? Just
4-1. 4-1. Okay. All right, let's hear it from you.
Yeah, so I also went 4-1. I played Aurora. And what did I lose? I lost to a Vincent. And you know what's funny is at that IHOP.
That's true.
We were talking about Vincent, and I was just laying into Vincent. I was like, I've never lost that deck. That deck is trash. This is how I beat that deck. Either block it out or kill it. Yeah, I get to choose. That deck is so bad. And of course, those words came back and kind of bit me there because I got cooked by that Vincent. And then yeah,
what happened?
Like I said,
how does that actually happen? How does Vincent beat Aurora?
I don't know. Alex Vor told me that I need to flicker combo them.
Okay.
And maybe I took that the wrong way or something. But I feel like if I just played like normal equipment and just a normal game plan, I would have beat them. It was like a relatively close game still, and I did get to resolve a flicker combo, but like not a very good one. So
okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that matchup.
Yeah, it was a close one. I won't say anything went particularly good or bad either way. I don't know anything about that matchup either. And after the game, I like was kind of like, what just happened? Just like you. It wasn't like I got crazy unlucky or anything. So I looked at like the Talishar meta stats. And yeah, Aurora is slightly unfavored into Vincent.
Really?
I don't have enough. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I don't have like enough experience or knowledge to tell you why. But yeah, that's what the stats are.
Cool. I would have never guessed.
So yeah, so 4-1 as well after Swiss. I did get to play an Enigma in the last round. Got to play like a Dory. I don't remember all my matchups, but
it was a pretty diverse field out there. I mean, it was a lot of Rune Blade, but there was like a lot of different Rune Blade out there. It was pretty diverse.
And there was only one Dio, which was kind of surprising. But
we
did say last week that deck was not as good as people were saying it was going to be.
I mean, even the Dio player, like Jake Torres there, he was like, yeah, this deck's really hard. Yeah, that was a spot on impression, by the way.
Not quite as charming as Jake, but
that's fair. Yeah, I don't have the charisma. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's always talking about how hard that deck is, and yes, it's hard, but just because it's hard doesn't mean like the ceiling is so high that the deck is good, right? Yeah, I'm trying to think of something else that's also very hard but not particularly good. Maybe like Kano right now in this format is probably not the easiest deck, but that doesn't mean it's a good deck.
You might have said Vincent before this weekend because Vincent's actually easier now to play.
Like maybe like a Levia. Levia is not like the easiest deck ever to pilot, but that doesn't mean it's a good deck.
Hard deck to play if you're going to be good with it. Yeah.
Right. And I don't think Levy is a terrible deck or anything. I'm just saying like hard to play doesn't equal good, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
I still think Dash IO is probably even still overhyped, and it only won 5 Pro Quests this weekend.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it only won 5.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we came up with 2 other people in the car. So it was me, Eric, Jarek, and Justin. And then top 8 pairings are up. All 4 of us top 8.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. That was kind of sick.
Yeah, well, especially so look, me and you, we've been in this game. We're good enough to make top 8s. We can make top 8s, right? Obviously, we don't want top 8s because we don't, as mentioned last week, we don't give a fuck about that top 8 pricing.
Right, yeah. Could care less about my Rainbow
more
Foil
than top
Cilio.
8.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, we can make top 8s. Justin and Jarek, they're getting better and better. Justin is very new. He started in Parts of Mistville. And so seeing them in top 8, I was actually more happy for them than for us, to be honest.
It was pretty sick, pretty surreal. I don't think I've ever been to an event in any game where everyone in my car got top 8 like that.
I know. It's gnarly. Also, Justin went undefeated to get to top 8 on top of that.
Yeah, that was crazy. He was on Aurora, and then Jarek was on New, for those wondering. But so not only did we all make top 8, but we all didn't have to play each other in top 8.
That was the best.
Which is crazy, right? So, yeah, there is a world in which there could be an all Vegas top 4, right? How'd your top 8 go?
Yeah, so all right, so we knew that was the mission goal. We got to get top 4 to be all Vegas because that would be so unbelievably cool. Even then, I was a little skeptical it would happen. I'll be honest when we first were talking about it, just because like there's so much that can go against us. But my top 8 opponent was a Dash IE. And as Viscera, I've actually never placed that matchup. So I was a little worried about it because, like, Dash IE can still just boost you to death, or if it's going to be control. I was trying to figure out, and I never faced this guy. I don't know what type of style he's playing. It sounds like he has a pistol package, but is he going to bring that in against me? I'm not sure. I'm even like worried enough that I'm like texting Brody. I'm like, yo, what do I do here? But because I had the higher placing, I was able to choose to go first, which is definitely what you want to do into Dash IE. And it was a good thing I did because his turn 1, he played out a second attack low pounder. So if he got to that turn 0, that game goes his way, absolutely. But my turn 0 was good make rune chant type turn. And then my turn 1, I was able to play a succumb to temptation, take away his high octane. That was huge. And from there, I just laid on the gas, never let up, and I was able to get there, got the win. I was the first one of the 4 to get the win.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my game, I was playing against an Enigma, and in my last round, this is the same Enigma that I played.
So
And I was
rematch.
thinking about just conceding to him because I didn't really want to play. I had kind of a headache. I wanted to go next door to Target, get some headache medicine and some like a Gatorade and like a banana or something.
Yeah,
just
you're talking about
make
in
it go away.
In Swiss, you were going to concede
In
to him.
Swiss in the last round. Yeah, I was going to concede just for time's sake, but I was like, I'd better just go play it just to see if he's on CYB, see if I need to side in, poison the well or whatever, see what kind of game plan he's on. I'll just play it just to scout him, just in case I have to play him in top. Good thing I did, so I knew he wasn't on CYB or anything, so my side deck was a lot cleaner going into top 8. I was feeling pretty confident in it because I sided bad, thinking he was on CYB in Swiss, and in top I didn't have to do that. So I felt better in top 8. I felt pretty confident, but the game kind of started a little shaky. Things weren't going quite my way. It was a grinder too, total grinder. My flicker wisp never lined up. Yeah, and I finally get the game to a spot, where you like every game gets to a spot where you're pretty sure like you're gonna win or you're gonna lose. And I was at this spot where I'm like, okay, I got it. I don't think he could come back from this. I have all the tempo. He's very low in life. It's just a matter of, playing it out, getting through all of these cards. And right when that thought entered my head, Eric comes over and taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, if you win, it's an all Vegas top 4, by the way. I was like, oh, there's no way. So yeah, that thought hitting me, and then you saying that, I was like, okay, this is crazy. And then I was able to close it out. Like I said, a relatively close game. And then so was our Vegas teammates. I was a little bit worried for Jarek though, because he was going into that Vincent that I lost to as new. That seems like a tough matchup. So I was pretty excited to hear that he was able to take that one.
Yeah, he straight fatigued the Vincent, which is probably the approach I would have took as well. So when I was seeing that Jarek was like pitching to prevent all the rune chants, I was like, okay, I like this approach. I think that's a great way as new to beat Vincent. So he did good there.
It is a little scary though, because you throw your attacks at him, and if you banish their blood debt cards, they could really set up for like a huge turn with multiple blood debt attacks and go again and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably why you do choose a fatigue as Vincent, because if you do just kind of go at them, you could just banish something off the top that really works for them, and you might have took a little bit damage to go at them, and now they have a little bit more of a benefit. They got 2 attacks that they can send from banish. So it is probably better to be on the side of caution and just play it to just basically it's their game to win, which makes it your game to lose. So, and that's probably the better of the options.
Yeah, I think so as well. So yeah, we get into a all Vegas top 4, kind of crazy. Definitely have never had that happen to me before. And then I'm going against Jarek, the new player, and then Eric is going against Justin, the Aurora player.
The undefeated Aurora. I gotta defeat the undefeated.
And then at this point, this is when it comes out. Like, I'm like, none of us actually care. We're all just playing for the gold foil. None of us actually want to go to London. And then I see 2 sad little puppy dogs across the table from me. I want to go to London. No, I'm just kidding. But they did want to go to London. And then now I'm like, shit, well, yeah, this is getting awkward now. We gotta.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out.
Yeah, no sense in me and you,
Yeah,
playing
me and
and
you in the
getting
finals would have done us no good.
Yeah, so tell us about your top 4 game then.
All right. Well, yeah, so we all look at each other. We all formulate this plan. All right. The plan is like if I beat Justin and Jarek beats Maxwell, then me and Jarek are in the finals. Jarek gets the invite. I get to go full easy way. Reverse that. Justin beats me. Maxwell beats Jarek. Boom. But if there was a case where me and Maxwell win, then we both have to concede, and then we play for the gold foil and they play for the invite. Basically, we all agreed on that. We were a little hush hush on it because we didn't know how the judge would be. It turns out he was cool. He was fine with it all. But yeah, so I play against the undefeated Justin playing on Aurora, and he has a higher seeding, so he chooses to go first, I believe. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I think he does choose to go first. We just went back and forth for each other. Really, in that matchup, what it comes down to is my top 16 better than his top 16? And I had 2 Rebels and a Mordred in my top 16, which definitely helped me a ton, and helped me get there. By the time that I was presenting Lethal, I had went to 1, and it came in with Swarming Gloomville or something into Swarming into Revel into Blade. And before that all happened, we stopped the game and looked to our left because we wanted to see how y'all's game were going to determine who's winning our game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine was it was just kind of how you expect New Aurora to go. I mean, yeah, New Aurora. Aurora's just, I think, very good into New. New
Seems
just,
to be.
it doesn't matter how much she disrupts you. If she takes 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, you could always just present meaningful turns back to her. And not only that, Aurora also blocks incredibly well. His first turn of the game, like where he had a full grip and was able to attack into me, he like threw 2 forms of disruption. It was like Weakest Link and Prognosis, and I let the Prognosis hit, banishes a yellow off the top. My hand has no yellows, and then Weakest Link hits. I have no blocks. So that did a lot of favors for me that he held that hand to
do that.
Not be able to do anything to me.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I was just like accepting my fate. I'm like, I can't block this. Let's just see what happens with this Prognosis. I didn't know the Weakest Link was coming, but yeah, so that was pretty good. But yeah, Aurora's just very good in that matchup. I also have Face Purgatory, which is insane in that matchup.
It's good versus the Bonds of Agony.
Yeah. I just save it for Bonds, and they discard before they're able to do all their reactions. So yeah, pretty favored matchup. I was able to take that one, and as I attacked him for game, the judge was standing there, and then I was like, all right, I concede. You got it,
No, it wasn't. You didn't attack him for game. That's not how you won.
What happened?
You sigiled of suffering him.
I sigiled him.
That's even better than attacking.
I forgot. You're right. I sigiled him, and then he had no floating resources or anything, and conceded. So
yeah,
we could get on with the plan.
Once I saw that, I was like, all right, Justin, you got it.
So then it was our 2 friends playing for the Pro Tour invite, and then me and Eric playing for the gold foil, but it didn't really make sense because one of us would leave very, very sad, and we also wanted to watch their top 2 game.
Yeah, truly.
And so we just offered to split the gold foil. We're like, let's just sell it, split the money, and watch our friends play, and just turn this trip into a win for all of us.
And that's exactly what happened. It really was a win for all of us. Everyone got something.
That was a great event. Yeah. So we sold it to a local. We opened it up. I won't spoil it. I'll post the video. But yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah, we got a video coming up as well.
But yeah, that was our experience there. What wound up? Oh, Aurora wound up winning that.
Yeah, Justin. It was a great game, back and forth. So many times it looked like one person was going to win, and then like double Oasis happens, and it looks like another person's going to win, and then double Sigil of Saws happens. It went back
Those
and forth.
turns were back to back too.
It was crazy. It would have been such a castable game. It would have been like insane. But like you said, Justin got it with Aurora, so he's going to London. Go get some fish and chips.
Yep, great event. Speaking of big events, Worlds. What are we looking at and thinking about for Worlds? Any predictions?
You know what? So my round my quarterfinals opponent in top 8 was the Dash IE guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to play Dash before she LLs," and I was like, "Bro, she is not LLing this season, man. It's not happening." And he was like, "Well, she could win Worlds," and I was like, "Hold on." That kind of cooks. That kind of I can actually see that. So maybe you are onto something. It's never what you expect on Worlds.
Right, it's always the stuff you don't expect these days with the Uzuri and the Fi.
Yeah.
Fi at Worlds, Uzi at the last Pro Tour. Is that what you're going with? You're thinking that IE's gonna take it?
I think if I want to do a dark horse, I think it is Dash IE as the dark horse. It just kind of makes sense. You always kind of see some form of Dash IE like somewhere in the top placings, and why not? You know, to me that just makes sense. I don't think Aurora is going to take it, and I could see Enigma, but that's kind of the boring choice to me. Mm-hmm. I think it's Dash IE.
Yeah, I think anyone who didn't say Enigma is kind of lying, and any other prediction is kind of like a just for fun long shot kind of prediction. So
well, so I did predict like Michael Fang with Oldham would win a Pro Tour,
sure,
and like that was probably the most like Michael Fang is a bit of a stretch, but not really. I mean, he's good. He's always been good, but it's like picking a pro player is kind of hard. But Oldham was pretty on cue to win, so like it can come up with a deck that we expect. It just hasn't recently.
Yeah, right. So you're going Dash IE. Any particular player?
I don't know who would play it. Is the problem?
Right. Yeah. Call your shot. You got the
I would have called
Fang one, right?
I would have called Easton Douglas, but he's not going to be there because he plays Dash. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll say Dash IE wins it, but then if Dash IE doesn't win it, guess the fuck what? It's gonna be my fucking boy. He's finally gonna get a big one like this. I mean, he's already done so fucking well. It's gonna sound stupid when I'm saying this, but Brody Spurlock, he's finally gonna get it. He's gonna get the Pro Tour. He is gonna be, and once he does, I'll shit you not. Once he does, it's no more like, well, I'm no Michael Hamilton. Once he gets it, it's gonna be, well, I'm no Brody Spurlock.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, I like it. I think a disruptive deck will win, and I want to say new, but I just don't think that deck's very good into Aurora, and Aurora is probably going to be the most popular deck.
Well, new's not good to Enigma either.
Yeah, well, I mean, no disruptive deck will be, and it is kind of like triangular-ish meta. With the disruptive decks being like the worst of the triangle. So I think Florian's going to take it.
Okay.
And I think it will be on someone who doesn't probably play Florian publicly or like isn't known for Florian. So I'm going to go for a long shot as well that no one's going to think is a long shot. And I think we're going to get a Hamilton victory on Florian. I could see it. I don't know he's playing that deck.
Hey, man, he needs it. He's washed, so he needs it.
Yeah, it's always like... I don't remember. What's that book? The book, Next Level Magic. That's where they talk about how the counter to the counter always wins these big tournaments, right? That's what Hamilton last time he won. He did. Fi was like the favorite deck of that format. That was like the deck everyone thought was the best. What beats Fi is Oldham. The counter to the counter would have been Icelander at the time, and that was the deck that wound up taking the whole thing. Right now, we're kind of seeing a very similar meta in aggro being the best deck of some flavor. We'll say Aurora is the best deck. What's the counter to Aurora?
Florian, I
No,
guess.
Enigma. Sorry, Enigma is the
Okay.
best deck right now.
All right.
What's the counter to Enigma is Aurora, and then what's the
Yeah.
counter to that is Florian. That's where I'm going with my train of thought. Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, that's interesting. To me, like the top 8 decks have to have some spice to them.
They
Because
have
that's
to.
yeah. Because
Well,
like, when was the last time we seen a spiceless like meta deck?
for a big like pro tour like this or
Yeah.
something, to win it all, yeah, it is. We haven't seen it since like
Like when
Hamilton,
Breyer
probably.
won, that was a spicy deck. When Icelander won with Michael Hamilton, that was a spicy deck at the time.
Oh no, I guess Fang was last time we probably seen it.
Yeah, Fang was the last time. I mean, and there could even be considered some spice in that deck. Not a ton, but a little bit. Like with how big Lexi was at that time. That's why it's so hard to think Aurora will take it. Is because I've never seen the most popular deck take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
never.
so I do think if you target Aurora, you do have a good shot, and that would be Florian. That would be Florian. Maybe there is a spicy build. Maybe it's a Channel Mal heroic Florian or something. You know?
It's got to be something that has like some kind of game plan into Enigma, which I feel like you could figure out as Florian.
Yeah.
And then you can like totally sure up a lot of your aggro matchups to be like 70 or 80% favored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I think of those disruptive aggro decks, like he's just by far and away the best one. Like if you are Florian going against like a new, I think
You'll be all
you're
right.
pretty
Yeah.
heavily favored there. Yeah.
Yeah. Out of the mid range decks, I think he is the mid range deck.
Yeah.
Although I'll be honest, Viscerai kind of feels mid rangey. He feels mid rangey in the same that KO kind of feels mid rangey sometimes.
Sure.
It's like they're aggro decks, but they're not hyper aggro like Zen or Aurora. So
Yeah.
they could be mid rangey. So I might give Viscerai that mid rangey title, but Florian has no choice. He has to be mid rangey. So I guess he's the true mid range.
Yeah, it's got to be Florian to me. I don't know. And then Hamilton, I think, is a pretty safe pick, pretty safe bet.
You know what? I thought you were gonna go Dunn, because like if I think someone bringing Florian, I would think Dunn, to be honest.
Okay, no, I could see that. You know, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna take a ninja. I just do. Wax Off is so good.
It is.
That it's
like a Aurora killer.
And a Viscerai killer.
Sure.
And a Dio killer.
Yeah.
It's so good against Dio, because then it's like you just put in Arsenal, wait for a high octane turn, and then it's like now your pistol's just useless. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. I totally see that. And Worlds, I'm pretty excited as well because the new set's getting announced at Worlds.
That's true. I didn't even know about that till you guys told me that. Yeah, we got some predictions on that.
Dude, it's gonna be, who knows what's gonna come, obviously. Any predictions, any bold takes? I know we talked about this a lot in the car.
Oh, we cooked a lot. All right, so my original prediction, and it has changed admittedly because I'm kind of getting convinced by you guys, but my original prediction is like surely the monastery, and we are gonna have a necromancy class and a cleric class. We're gonna get 2 new classes, and it was because you were seeing cards in weird spots, like Blanche and Part the Mistvale just didn't add to the vibes of that set. It felt out of place, so it felt like a little, hey, this is to come sort of card. Count Your Blessings and Rosetta, same deal. So it's like, hey, this is to come, and so it feels like, okay, if we're getting these things that are to come, it feels like a monastery, kind of like a Monarch 3. But you made a very good point to be against this fact, because you said that.
Yeah, I think it was Brian Gottlieb said in an interview, I think, that it's not coming. Monarch, the third installment of the Monarch trilogy, isn't coming until 2026. So,
but they also had said that at one point, like before that, they said like the first set of 2025 quarter or whatnot.
James White said that at sorry, my dog just walked in. James White did say that at, what was it? At Pro Tour LA, I think he said
it's like
that.
one of those like before meetings, like on the Thursday of or some shit.
Yeah.
But
Like when
yeah,
he did the timeline with I think where he showed like the mastery pack was also where he showed that we would get Monarch. I think, don't quote me on that, but at some point he did say we were going to get it early 2025.
to me that makes sense because with these cards, it makes sense that that would be the next set, and then yeah, maybe something just happened where things didn't get balanced in time or something, so that now they have to delay it, which is kind of a bummer. So if we're not going to go there, the next answer that's on everyone's mind is Volcor,
Yeah,
because we
that
got
is
a
on
little
everyone's mind.
little sneak into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, do you want to give off what we were cooking?
Well, we were talking. Sure, yeah, I will. So I was thinking Volcor just because Kasai's going to Volcor. They're always talking about Dromai reprints. We get a dust every single set. Fi hasn't had an expansion card and since he's been released.
He's never
There's
had an
just so
expansion card.
many reasons to a support card at all, I guess, since he's been released.
Yeah.
There's just so many reasons to believe we're going back to Volcor. But then Jarek was saying like how in the lore there's like under the map there's like a sea dragon underneath Volcor, and
Yeah,
that
he's right. I can see it. Yeah.
yeah, he was saying that they're all going there to that region to fight that kind of a war. And if you look at what's the card, cut through the facade, it's like
Yep.
a pirate cutting up a skeleton thing, like
Yeah.
something a necromancer would summon, I guess you could say. So he's thinking that we're going to that ocean and pirates are going to be killing necromancers, like a Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales type of theme, I guess he's going for there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it could go either way. I think that would be sick. I think just regularly going back to Volcor would be sick. I think either way we get a new hero though. I think it's just time for a new hero. It's been so long.
A new
Last one
class, you
was
mean?
yeah, new class. Sorry.
Yep. Yep.
Last one was what? Assassin.
Yeah, and that was in Dynasty, so that was
That was a
so long
minute
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, where we're at, it does feel like if we just do a new set with 3 same classes or 4 same classes, there's going to be a lot of kind of imbalance as far as like class numbers goes. It just feels like we already have so many heroes of each class that if we were to add more, then it just, I don't know, it makes sense that a new one comes.
Yeah, because the only hero or the only class that has 2 heroes, I think, is just Ranger, right? 2 CC legal heroes.
Celia ripped, yeah, yep.
Every other one, even the new one, Assassin, has 3 or more.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Unless I'm. Oh wait, Wizard? No, yeah, Wizard even has 3.
Wizard just
there's
got
3 of
2.
everything. Yeah, there's 3 of everything. So we have to probably get a new class, and then I think it's almost guaranteed we get a Ranger in this one. So pick up your Ranger cards if you haven't already before the weekend.
Yeah, right.
Because once that
Well,
gets spoiled.
if it's Ranger, it goes back to making sense for the pirate theme because all the pirate stuff is Ranger associate. So it's like Trench of the Sunken Treasure. That's a pirate on it.
Yeah.
You know,
Riptide is kind of a pirate just in himself.
he's a
Didn't
fisherman.
he used to be a fisherman? Yeah. So he's borderline pirate already.
Yeah, but if you reel in, that's like pirates like bringing in traps and stuff. So yeah, it would make sense that pirates are rangers. But we also thought that if we're going to be dual classing, which I think is, or maybe not even dual classing or dual something, basically making it where you can have like a triangle type draft format because those are the best ones, and they've been I think they're figuring that out. LSS, with Rosetta coming out, that was a very, very good draft set.
But Rosetta's like a square though, right?
It's a little bit, yeah, it's like a square, but there's like some shared pool basically.
Oh, sure, yeah, just like
yeah,
cards that could be played in multiple classes. Yeah,
exactly. Like I want some shared class cards. So maybe we could see some warrior pirates as well.
Okay,
Maybe.
I'd be down for that. Pirate. Hey, Where's my Hearthstone fans? Pirate Warrior? That was like the best deck for years. That would be cool. Or I want dual class cards to come back, just like Codex of Frailty, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love picking those kind of cards up. I feel so good about it. It's like this is a great card in
it's almost
every ranger and every assassin. Yeah, right, exactly. So I hope we get some dual class cards. Yeah, maybe it's talented. Who knows? Maybe Pirate's a talent. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, truly, I mean, it might be some undersea type theme as well. So, like, who really knows? The one exception I have as far as going back to Volcor is that all wizards come from Volcor. I guess I don't know about Acilio, but like Volcor has like wizard power. That was like its biggest thing. Is like it has the wizards gain their power from Volcor, and there's no way we're gonna get a new wizard after just getting wizards in a set.
Yeah.
Like there's no way we're getting wizards, rune blades, which like kind of debunked the monastery theory. And then I think it's safe to say probably not going to get illusionist, ninja, or assassin, just because those feel too new.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Because they just came out. I could see it, going so many ways. Like I could see us going to Volcor and them just reprinting a new Dromai, printing Phi in there, maybe giving us like a different ninja, and then making a necromancer that shares a lot of cards with illusionist. I could see something like that.
I want the necromancer. I want the necromancer.
I kind of am leaning towards the ocean idea, especially because recently they were also talking about that card that's supposed to combo with Kraken's Aether Vein. It had like the art made and everything, and the art is like this underwater picture of Kraken's Aether Vein. And they said they were
Marvel for that card. Yeah.
They said they were going to use it in an upcoming set or something potentially. So
it might be like Rosetta Thorn in Rosetta, where it's like you could
that
get
would be kind of cool, and they make it a Kraken's Aether Vein. It would be kind of cool, but
kind of ass at the same time.
It would be terrible because you couldn't use the card. I think it would look sick
anywhere.
So I think that they should just probably use that art on just a common that does something completely unrelated to Kraken's
Make
Aether
it
Vein.
someone else's staff or something. That'd be cool.
A necromancer staff?
I mean, that'd be pretty. I'm down.
I think they use books though, right? They would have to use like Necronomicons and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna say, oh well, necromancers don't use staff. LSS, I don't like it. No, I'll be totally fine if they have staffs.
Yeah, I mean they could do both, right?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
warriors have all different kinds of weapons, right? They have axes and swords, so why can't necromancers?
Definitely. They have daggers too.
True, they do. Yeah, they do. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got for this week. It was kind of a short one. I thought we were going to be a lot longer than that.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say something real quick.
What?
I'm going to go to Portland now. I was kind of on the edge, but now that I sold that gold foil, I'm going to Portland.
What's in Portland?
Portland, they're going to have a calling. It's a CC calling.
It's CC. Okay.
It's literally the weekend right before Jarl. So it's like the last of that meta. Which is kind of bummer because I would have loved to do Jarl on that.
Yeah.
But they also have a battle hardened commoner. So I'm gonna be messing around with some commoner.
You gonna start cooking?
I'm gonna cook with that card right behind you.
Icelander?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some Icelander.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, you'll have to let us know how that goes. Sounds like fun though.
Yeah. So that's what the win got me.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we got till next week.
Later, we'll talk about next week. That's for damn sure.
After Worlds? Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long one next week.
Yep.
All right, later, gamers.
Keep on pabbing.